Hi YouTube, it's just me. I did a Q&A last night with patrons, and there was a question that came up that I thought I would share with you guys. It was a guy called, I don't know this guy at all, but Alex Murdaugh. Apparently, we haven't heard about it in the UK, but a lovely lady, Laurie, contacted us because she said she'd been gripped on a trial that's been going on for 6 weeks about Alex Murdaugh. And she said, can you have a look at him and why did he kill his family? So when I looked at this man, I saw this man was reptilian. Human, obviously had human skin, but actually he actually had a reptilian. It was a reptilian inside of him. This was not a being either. I didn't look at the history of who he was, but he'd either been completely taken over at some point in his life, or this is just part of who he was. But it seemed actually that he'd been taken over at some point in his life. That we can have people can have like reptilian types of thoughts. And reptilian types of thoughts are generally where it's completely disconnected from the left brain, disconnected from the left, which is the collective, and it generally attacks the feminine consciousness, so it attacks life itself. That's very kind of reptilian energy, but there actually are like reppy beings that take over the bodies of individuals. Rituals and stuff I think are involved in this, and yucky stuff. Anyway, so when I looked at this man, I saw that he was human skin, but actually within that human skin was a reptilian. And I then went, I couldn't really, because the energies were such a mess, so I was like, I'll just go to his wife. So his wife that had passed, so I connected to his wife and I asked, why did he kill you? Did he kill you, and why did he kill you? And she said, yes, he did kill me, and his son, and it was because she wanted a divorce. She wanted to divorce him. And then I was like, oh, okay, that's over. But then she said that she wanted a divorce because she found out that he was having he was homosexual, he was gay, he was having sexual intercourse with other men, and that wasn't something that she tolerated. I don't think many women would, and wanted a divorce. And what was very reptilian, he wasn't actually, he killed her not because of the divorce as such. It was more the fact that if the divorce came out, that information would also come out, and he was worried about other people's perceptions of him. So he killed her to hide, so he wouldn't be, people would know that he was gay, and that and there was kind of like a denial that he was gay himself within his own consciousness. And I don't know if this is also a reptilian trait, gayness. I think it just felt that actually this is a trait in the reptilians. So homosexuality. Anyway, I'm not saying all homosexuals are reptilian. I'm not saying that at all. Oh my God, I would have all gay people coming having a go at me. But it does seem as a certain trait that goes along a line with it. I'll have to have a look at it and investigate it. Anyway, that was what I discovered. I did a healing last week on YouTube, a free healing, and it was really interesting because obviously there was people on there that I hadn't met before, and asking questions about pains in their body, and then able to linking it up to the left and the right brain, and something that happened emotionally that happened in their life, or a belief structure that they have, or emotions that had stuck. And it was just reinforcement of actually everything that manifests in our lives, to the illnesses that we have, is actually all has to do with the left and the right brain, and the emotions that we carry and the belief structures that we have. And therefore the power that we have is actually within us and not outside of us. And once we start to really get to grips with that power that we have, then it's understanding who we are, because through the understanding of who we are, more empowerment comes, and the truth will set you free. And it certainly does, but not in the way that that has also been manipulated. You know, the truth will set you free, so we can get really obsessed with information outside of us, believing that's going to set us free, and then people go on down the rabbit hole and really get sucked into the conspiracies and everything that's going on, and that, you know, the big corporations, the CIA, FBI, they want that. They want you to, you know, if you're going to wake up, that at least they want you just in that frequency where you're searching all the dark information, and then trying to change that by also sharing that with your friends and neighbours. But the actual shift, the actual empowerment, is actually to find out about yourself, because then when that happens, when you start to understand who you are, the gifts you have, you're accepting your emotions to get in line with the head, the masculine and the feminine, they start to dance together. Well, then you start to create your individual reality. You're not being manipulated by outside forces to create a reality that benefits them. And therefore the conspiracy stuff it's fun to understand and look at, but don't get trapped in it. It's a trap in itself. The understanding of self and healing self and breaking down beliefs that you have is actually the route to your own self-empowerment. And don't worry, the healing does end. You won't be healing for the rest of your life, but the healing after that will be evolving and really bringing in the wealth of information, the wisdom, the knowledge that you have within. The traumas that we have, that we've experienced in early childhood, may get in the way of the wisdom that naturally comes in. But that's why breaking down the traumas and healing is so important. So, you know, have fun in the conspiracy world. It's fun to look at, but don't get sucked in. There's always going to be something, and it's never ever going to help you explain your life. I see my life as a jigsaw puzzle, and understanding that jigsaw puzzle has really helped me break down the beliefs of who I am and the perceptions, and helped me balance within myself. And, you know, where I used to be absolutely petrified of myself, I'm you know, scared of who I was, well, now I'm not. And it's also, you know, being in touch with so much of my feminine energy, that direction, that guidance that I have within is so strong, and therefore it doesn't make me feel alone or scared or isolated. It's actually the opposite, and connected to all that is. And this is what I help people do. Yeah. So I just wanted to share that. I hope you're well on YouTube, and I will be doing another session. It may be a Q&A, maybe a healing session, and I'll let you know when the next one is up. So I'll send out, I'll put a Zoom link up, but I'll give you at least a week warning before I do one. Okay, have a lovely weekend. You know I love my Fridays. I do. And I hope you do too, and enjoy, and I'll see you soon. Okay, take care. Bye.